Um,
We have our place, so when we're in the circle there's a difference too. There's a hierarchy system within the square. Hierarchy doesn't, although I have got family members that believe that we've got a hierarchy in our system. So I've got to unpack that we have a hierarchy within our mob. I've not had that belief. I have a knowing that we come from the circle and we have our place in the circle. So in the circle, you've got the first lot of the kids. The boys there, then the first lot of the children. Then around that second circle, you got the mothers and the fathers, aunties and uncles, what in the English. You got the mothers and the fathers, and then all the family, the brothers and the sisters and everything that are there. Because that particular energy of people who in society, in the clan or wherever, in our mob, is the mothers and fathers. So they have those responsibilities. So they're placed in that particular section of the circle because women, you've got the children, you've got to care for the children, the men have got to do their business. You've got to come back with all of this stuff with the square. They've made us have a belief and they've pulled us apart. So an analogy that I used ages ago, which is a really simple one. So in this circle of people, I'll come back to that circle in a minute for the place. Or let's finish it. So you get mother's father, then the next circle, the third circle is the grandparents, and after that you've got the great-grandparents. The great-grandparents what do they have in common with the children? Asking, what do they have in common with the children? The great-grandparents particularly. Particularly the newborns that come in, what do they have in common?
They're an edge of life, they're at the beginning and the end of life. Yeah.
So that's that circle. So they come from a place where the old people are going back. They come from the dreaming. The old people are going back to the dreaming. And then the third, so in that's that place. Then you can have another circle with just women, and women have their place in that circle. And you've got just men. The men have their place. So everything for me, you've got to come back to those circles and got to remember your place. With the square, it's a hierarchy, and it goes up. Well, hang on. I'm the assistant CEO, then you've got the CEO, and you've got a director over here, then you've got whoever here, and they have a thing called more authority. Mm-hmm. So there's an authority, there's a, and it's, and the square is commerce. The square was created, and the whole purpose of colonisation, the square is commerce, it's money orientated. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, we traded. Back in the day with colonisation, it was always backed by precious metals. Gold and silver and whatever else that has. And then so in that square, when they made all the native countries, indigenous countries, believe that the circle existed within the square. So places like Africa and other places overseas in Australia, who hold a really high volume of precious metals in the ground, like Africa's got, they're being recognised in the square system as a third world country. They've got diamonds and they've got all beautiful minerals under that ground. And the same with this country here. So that's what they've done. There's a whole story behind it. So for me, my law is in the circle, and where you sit, where your place is in that circle. Bring it back in every aspect of your life. That's the difference between the square, because the square is a hierarchy. The circle is, okay, well hang on. You've got a lot of experience, you've gone through this. Doesn't matter if you've not given birth, you're still a mother. Those are the important things, because in all of that story, we are story people. In that story, it holds the spirit, because through the lineage of the song lines of our ancestors and our laws, we've got laws in the sky law, we've got laws of the country here, creator's law, culture law, is our deep connection with the law that exists on country. Deep respect and honouring of who we are. We know who we are the moment we're born. We know where we're going. Somewhat in the old ways, our names got changed as we moved through our growth, because and you get nurtured, nourished as to who you are in that thing. Here, well hang on, you're a male, you're there, and you've got a feminine side in you, and you've got a masculine side in you. It's a whole thing. So they've made us believe. It's only a belief. It's only a belief. And from that belief, they created squares everywhere. Everywhere. Mm-hmm. But the circles are always there, and that's the law. It's a whole law of the circle. So we just got to remember our place in the circle.